cracking, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, as you can see behind me here, we have this beautiful Tahitian green. I believe it is called EF Civic, but that's actually for the next video, so completely forget about that. Don't even look at it. That's not important right now. What's important is finishing this EP3 bumper bar, because this is a new product that I'm sorry, not finish. Okay, so let me back up, rephrase this a little bit. So I have this car here. If you saw the last video with doing my old Miata, in the first half of that video, we were working on this EP3 trying to prototype a new bumper bar. So I made end caps for it, for the frame rails, to then continue building the rest of the bumper bar. So that car, I should say, that bar is going to be a new production item of mine, the EP3 front bash bar. So today we're going to be trying to finish that up. Today is what, Wednesday, August 10th, which is a Wednesday. It is about 10 in the morning right now. I just got to the shop, just unloaded the puppy in the pen, just kicked the air on, unlocked everything. We're trying to get opened up here. And yeah, yesterday I took a day off because I just was not feeling good. I just woke up feeling like a train wreck. Today I'm feeling a lot better. I don't know what it was, just exhaustion. So this got dropped off yesterday. I came down just to unlock the door for the guy to leave the key. We're just doing some charge pipe work on it and stuff, but that'll be again for the next video because I'm waiting on the material to show up. So yeah, I'm gonna move this thing out of the way. I'm gonna pull the EP3 in really quick. Well, probably not really quick because I'm sure the battery's toast, but yeah, then we're gonna get started on finishing that bumper bar. I also want to say that I am in the process right now of trying to doodle up some SD Fab merch. So that way, you know, because, you know, shirts like this, I love. Like, this is Zosh's shirt, so shout out Percy Mascuti, my boy Zosh. So I wear this shirt all the time. I love the simplicity of it. I love, like, the graphics on the back, but mostly, like, if this didn't even have his sponsors on the back, I would love it as is. I like simple shirts like that. So what I'm trying to figure out is a little design, a few different styles, just throw some SD Fab merch out, so that way you guys that say aren't local to me but want to help me but don't like my ChrisSadowski merch or whatever, like the coffee guy and stuff, maybe I can just have a simple clean black t-shirt with just like an SD Fab logo or something like that. If you guys would be willing to get one of those, yeah, let me know. I'm going to try and doodle up some stuff on Adobe Illustrator later. We've got to learn how to use that. I can't really afford right now to pay a graphic designer. The Old Souls guy is a really good graphic designer, and he's pretty cheap, but right now I'm just trying to save every penny I can. So if I can just try and YouTube a little bit and learn how to do that. But yeah, so be on the lookout very shortly for some SD Fab, Sadowski Fabrication merch, shirts and such in the big cartel. I love having these little pads here just for this reason. Don't have to worry about dinging them. Boy! Go this guy. That's interesting. This thing has a right-hand drive master switch for some reason. Right here. That's supposed to be over here. That's wild. I wonder why that is. That's kind of cool though. I'm gonna bet like $4 that this battery on this freaking EP3 is dead, because it was dead the other day. Yep. Not even a door charm. Yep, nothing. Freaking knew it, dude. Freaking knew it. Alright, whatever. I'll get the jumper cables. Oh, wait, look at that. They're already right here. I thought ahead. Just to catch you up really quick on where we left off in the last one. So these are the end caps that I made. So I got them labeled, driver side, passenger side. I do have bottom holes marked out because if you guys didn't watch the last video, the issue was that these frame rails, this one was beat up, this one was straight but the bolts were stripped, so I got that one, made that one first, mirrored it to obviously fit that one, and then use the piece to straighten that out more by beating on it. So now the only thing I got to do is drill out these holes, so that way these are good. Yeah, for that way when I go to get them drawn up or whatever. So I already have, you know, the details added, like, you know, add 1/8 inch there, move the holes, like elongate the holes or whatever. So pretty much all I got to do is I got the bumper sitting on my brake press right there. All I got to do is, I know that the distance that I have, the distance I have from the frame rail, from where my end cap is to where it touches the bumper is 3.5 inches. So that means I have about 2 inches, because the tube itself is roughly 1.5 inches outer diameter, which means I have about 2 inches to play with for the little support leg. So I'm going to get my computer. I brought my old laptop because it has my programs for my bender, and I'm going to try and draw something up. So I've mentioned it before, but for any of you guys wondering what software I use to help draw stuff up, I use Bendtech. So they have some really fancy stuff, but right now I haven't needed much more than just my bumper bar stuff and like a couple main hoops for a roll bar. So I just use the 2-dimensional version. It's like $80, and then you can upgrade from there. So we'll go ahead, open Bendtech, and then we'll try and draw a part if they don't have any good preset ones. Program is open, so we are going to go to File, New, Tube. Let's see what they have for templates. So from what I was looking at, the bumper itself looks like it's probably going to have to consist of about 3 bends by the shape of it, and they're going to be pretty easy bends. So we're going to click on 3, and then that gives us a general thing here. So actually, you know what, let's go look at the bumper really quick. Alright, so judging by how it looks directly, probably look at it more like this. So we can kind of see, I know that the crash support itself, or the end of the frame rail, is right there, which is more under the inside edge of the headlight, so the bar doesn't have to go much further over there. So in terms of where that sits on the bumper, that's probably right around this area. So we're going to bring the bar out to a little over here. So really, ideally, how I'm looking at it is it's going to be kind of like 1-ish to here, 2-ish to there, 3 over there. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3 bends. So just so you guys get an idea of how I'm looking at the shape of the bumper. So now we go back to the computer and we give a good puppy some belly rubs. How you doing, Finn? You chilling? And now we come back here, and so we're looking like 3 bend number 1. I mean, I probably could just draw this piece, but we'll start with this. So we're going to go outside dimensions, inside dimensions. We're going to go from the outside dimensions. So let's open up one of them. And then on here, I already have preset material, so 1.5 DOM 095 on a 4.5 inch centerline radius. So it's going to ask us where our outside legs are. Actually, let me just show you the screen. So you can see the screen that I'm looking at here. So this is our bend piece right here. I have it going to the outside edges of the tube because that is how much I need. So in this case, we have this already gives us the template, so it's just going to give us areas to measure from. So we got our outside edge to outside edge of the legs. We have our outside edge to the first bend, middle of the first bend, and we have outside edge to the top of the second bend. So sorry, I kind of blocked your view there. So going from here to here for one measurement, here to here for another measurement, and then here to here for a third measurement. So I'm going to go measure those on the bumper really quick, figure out our length, height, and depth basically, and we come back, we type it in here, and it tells us exactly what we need over here. Got the bumper just kind of clamped up here on the table because it's very flimsy, doesn't want to stay put, so that'll have to do. So we already know, like I said before, that the maximum height of the piece is only going to be a outside edge of 3.5 is what we have space for, so I'm going to say 3.25 inches. That gives us just a little bit to where we're almost touching the bumper. So we know that that means our depth like this is 3.25 inches. So now I'm basically going to be measuring from the height of the end of the tube to the first bend. So we're going to say that's probably going to be, I'd say no more than probably 2 inches. So 2 inches, and then 3 1/4, and then the overall length is about 49 inches. So let's go throw those numbers into the computer and kind of see what the drawing looks like. All right, so we know outside edge to outside edge is going to be 49 inches. This top height is going to be, say, 2 inches, and this other height is going to be 3.25. All right, so apparently the bend program does not like those dimensions because the style of bend that I chose from the preset. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit out of this one. We're not going to save that because we're going to have to come over here and draw our own part. So we're going to draw our own part. So we're going to come over here to sketch 2-dimensional because everything else is grayed out because I don't have it. So basically now I can just select any starting point. So just going to go from here. So now it'll show you what each thing is, and you can zoom in, zoom out to get a more direct measurements. So yeah. So I just went to go draw the part, and I'm not very good with this program in the slightest, so I'm still learning. So what I did was instead I went and double checked the bumper and found that in the center section where like a front license plate area would go, it actually comes back, so there is no point inside the bumper. So we're just going to do 2 bends. So I just took this 2 bend template, the one that wasn't as extreme as like a roll hoop or something. So over here I got the dimensions of 49 inches across right here, and then we got 2 inches from outside edge to top of bend, 2 inches on the other side as well, and then from outside edge to end of bend is going to be roughly 12 inches from where I want it. So now we have our dimensions here. So we have a cut length of 49 1/16 of an inch, and it gives us our bend locations and the bend angle. So we're going to go throw a piece of tube in the saw, cut it up, throw it in the bender, get it bent up, and see if it fits the bumper. Alright, moment of truth. Okay, so it looks like we need to bend it a little bit more, which is okay. I can throw this back in the bender and bend it a little bit more as is, but it's not tucking the front in as much as I would like. So yeah, we'll bend it a couple extra degrees and we should be okay. Alright, so I just bumped the bends up to 19 degrees, so this should be good. There we go, that's a much better fit. Okay. Yeah, so that's, with me touching the center portion of the bumper, I have like an 1/8 inch from touching the side. So obviously that means suck it back just a teensy bit. So we're good. So I'm going to make those adjustments in my notes. And now I can try and calculate and figure out how long the support tubes need to be. So that should be pretty easy. I mean, I can kind of just use this as a reference. So this is going to have to suck in a little bit. So we'll just find like the 3.5 inch mark to the outside end of the tube and then just notch accordingly. And being that these are 19-degree bends, I would notch the ends of the supports at 19 degrees to match the bend. So the way I've done this is I've used just some square stock to tack it up, so that way I know that the outside edge of the square stock is pretty much as far as I can go, so this side can come out just a tiny bit. I got it as level as I could. It's hard to tell because this bracket does not sit level with this bracket, so that's no good to me because right now they got a bigger gap because, yeah, the brackets are damaged. So Yeah, square stock on this side as well. But the bar itself, I went off of true level with the condenser with my digital level. So the bar itself is level within like 2 degrees or 2/10 of a degree. So now pretty much I can scoot this out just a little bit. So I don't know, it's gonna be a little tricky. I'm gonna test fit the bumper really quick, and then assuming I don't have any more room, I'll have to figure out how to notch accordingly for this, or I may have to figure something else out. But yeah, this is kind of just how I'm mocking it up. I don't know, it's a work in progress, so this is just kind of how I go about it. Alright, so just crawling under there and measuring, I have about just between 1.5 inches and 3/4, somewhere in there, before the outside edge of the bar touches the bumper itself. So I can make really stubby little notches, but I think that should be enough. So I'm gonna try and notch, what is that, 19 degrees. I'll make 2 19-degree notches on some scrap steel, and then I'll just try and figure out where it needs to sit and then mark the line and cut it from there. Alright, so as you guys can see, we actually have about another 1/4 inch, so it's tight up against there, against the body, and you know, I'm pretty happy with that, because I think this is the tighter of the front ends, and you know, the corset or the crash bar on these cars does not hug the bumper, so this actually leaves room to work with. Yeah, so I'd say that's pretty much good. So basically what I would do from here now is I would finalize this, finish welding it up, make sure it doesn't pull, nothing crazy. So then the thing to do from here would be take the end caps. I can either chop those off or probably fixture it up as is, lay some more welds, fixture it up as is, and then from there take the end caps to go to a laser shop, have them get drawn up. It's, like I said, going to be a 2-piece design, so it's going to be just a straight piece that gets 2 bends and some bolt holes, and then it's going to be the front plate that actually gets the supports welded to it. And then as for the bar and the notches, that's all stuff I do. So yeah, to go from here, laser shop to get the plates drawn, and then make a fixture / jig, whatever you want to call it for this thing. But this thing's wrapped up. This thing officially has a bumper bar. Well, EP3 bumper bars are yeah, I'd say done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those things jigged up here in the next like week or two, and then hopefully get them out for ready to be produced in the next couple weeks. It kind of just depends on how long it takes the laser shop to draw it up, and then I gotta get some money to get a batch cut. So the first batch is probably gonna be all pre-order based, so I will make you know, a pre-order list. So if you guys are interested in that, just keep an eye out on the channel and on my Instagram page for that. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You know, it's always cool, I guess, seeing new stuff come to fruition. So if you want to help support the channel, though, best way to do it, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff on the page. But I also have an Instagram you can follow and such, which flashed on the screen before. But I also have a Patreon, as well as a big cartel where you can get my merch and products from. And then I also have Amazon affiliate links in the video description, so you can get anything from there. You don't even have to buy the link that the item is linked to. You can use that link and then order something else, but just you clicking through that link basically puts a cookie in your browser, and then that helps me, and I'm just trying to eat. So anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me here on the channel today. Do what you love, forget about the rest, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.